There are 8.6 million Jehovah's Witnesses around the world, according to the religion. Yet, most people don't even know that this is actually a cult. Even people who are in this religion don't know themselves that they are actually in a cult. Here's a research paper from 1994 already stating that this is a cult and that the leader, Charles Taze Russell, has so many failed prophecies. Many people still don't want to believe. So what actually makes a cult, and how are the Jehovah's Witnesses then a cult? Well, I'm going to detail 7 characteristics of a cult, and I'm going to show you how the Jehovah's Witnesses fit into each and every one of these characteristics. Firstly, every cult has a charismatic leader. Living or not living, the members treasure their teachings and hold on to them for dear life. Similarly to the Jehovah's Witnesses, Charles Taze Russell is the founder of the organization. But what a lot of people don't even know is that he was a Zionist, and Benjamin Netanyahu did quote him as a thanks for standing up for that country, saying that he played an integral part that they could have that country. Now that this charismatic leader is no longer alive, the religion has a group of men who are called the governing body, who now make all of the rules and changes of the religion. All of these men have no qualifications, but they decide on blood transfusions, they decide on whether members can go to university or not. Like, it gets really ridiculous, but I will unpack it. The second characteristic is ideological purity, and this is where members are strongly discouraged from questioning the cult's doctrine and any doubts that they may have with shame or punishment. And it's the same for the Jehovah's Witnesses. You are not allowed to question the rules or the doctrines. If you do, you will become what they call an apostate, meaning I'm an apostate because I'm speaking out against the religion. If you get harmed in this religion that has a CSA problem, if you speak out and you say this happened to me as a minor, they will shun you, they will remove you. They've done this already. This is a religion that seeks purity by all means, even at the cost of their own members. Thirdly is conformity and control. The religion goes to extreme measures to control the members' lives, including dictating what they can wear, eat, and what kind of relationships they can have. Firstly, Jehovah's Witnesses women are not allowed to wear pants, they're not allowed to teach, and they are seen as a weaker vessel, weaker than men. They are also dictated on how they can navigate friendships outside of the religion or relationships, which is very much limiting your time while associating with people who are not part of the religion. Also, members are not allowed to marry someone who's not part of the religion, and basically your whole job is to try and recruit as many friends and family members into your religion, because if you do that, they are able to basically police each other, because the religion really encourages telling on each other. If you see a member doing something wrong, you are obligated to tell the religious leaders or the church elders what has been done. And if something was to happen to you, you need 2 witnesses to account for that matter. Remember, I mentioned that the religion has a child abuse problem. Well, if your child experiences that, or maybe you experience that, if you want to press charges on that, you can't just go to the police. You have to actually speak to the church elders first, and then they will never, of course, encourage you to go to the police. No, they're going to try and handle it indoors, people who are not even qualified, and they will ask you the most intrusive questions. When I say intrusive, I mean, what did you touch? How many times did you do it? Where did you do it? How? Which positions? What did you touch? How did you feel? That intrusive. And sometimes they will be asking minors these questions. And remember that 2 witness rule I talked about? Many members in the religion don't even know it, that if you experience anything like that, you need 2 witnesses to account for it. If not, it's your word against the person that you're accusing, the perpetrator. If you want more information on this, please watch the Royal Commission. Not only do you learn more about this when it comes to the Jehovah's Witnesses, but you actually get to see the religious leaders lying under oath about this. Fourthly is isolation and love bombing. A lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, as you've seen, do not spend a lot of time with people outside of the religion, and that is because of the cult. The cult really encourages you to spend as much time as possible with church members. And they also encourage you to recruit your family and your friends. You guys can keep tabs on each other, but also to make your community smaller, or just limited to Jehovah's Witnesses, because if you want to leave, it's going to be very difficult. There is no exit strategy or exit plan for people who want to leave the Jehovah's Witnesses. If you want to leave, they will shun you. Even if you did nothing wrong, they will shun you. And shunning is so detrimental because a lot of people have family and friends in the religion, so when they do decide to leave, they are completely isolated. People deal with so many traumatic issues, such as depression, anxiety, because of being so isolated. Leaving this cult is so traumatic that some people have actually unalived themselves during this whole process. And then the love bombing. If you've never visited a Jehovah's Witness organization, then you don't know love bombing, because when you get there to their kingdom hall, their place of worship, they will welcome you like they've never seen a person before, and you will feel so much love. Just know that the people were also mandated to be very warm and welcoming so that more people can join the religion. As soon as you join, you start seeing their true colors and how they treat other people and how they see other people who are not part of the religion. So once you get in and you can't leave, that's when they actually start showing you their true colors and how they speak of other people and other religions. Then we have an us versus them mentality. The Jehovah's Witnesses don't really interact with the rest of the world. They really keep to themselves. And if you've got a friend or a family member, you know what it is that I'm talking about. Also, the religion really hates Catholic people. Like, I don't know why the religion hates Catholic people, honestly. And they never speak about Mormonism. Yet they are very quite similar, come to think of it. But anyways, they really have this mentality of us versus them, and they do this so that Jehovah's Witnesses can feel very special and really get the idea or the perception that this is the truth, this is a true religion, not even knowing that they are actually in a cult. The religion also has apocalyptic thinking. Remember that leader we mentioned in the beginning, Charles Taze Russell? He made so many failed prophecies. This paper even details the failed prophecies, and this was just in the 40s. In the 70s, again, there were claims that the world is coming to an end. People sold off all of their possessions. They let go of their homes, all in the name of the Jehovah's Witnesses, thinking that the world was going to come to an end. And even as we speak today, they are still waiting for the world to end. In their minds, in their teachings, the end of the world is very imminent and can happen at any time. Literally even now. And then lastly, time and energy. Followers are expected to dedicate huge amounts of time and energy, and often money, to the cult, to the exclusion of their own lives, interests, jobs, and families. The Jehovah's Witnesses, as we all know, you see them on the streets handing out pamphlets and booklets. Those people are not paid to do that work, and they dedicate a lot of hours. Like, people used to dedicate like 90 hours, 100 hours. And there's also people who live here and work here for minimum wage or even less, while they are producing so much work for this organization. These are the people who are responsible for printing of books, cooking, washing, ironing clothes for different people who live there, people who are nurses, doctors, even lawyers, because they have so many cases springing up around the world. There's a whole army of people who don't even know they're in a cult, and they are fighting hard for the existence of this cult. They are literally dedicating their time, money, and efforts into the production of everything in this cult, while these men reap the rewards and enjoy the fruits of the people's labor. Many people have dedicated their lives to the Jehovah's Witnesses, only for them to realize, oh my gosh, this is actually a cult. The Jehovah's Witness organization has destroyed many people's lives. There's people who are no longer with us because they had to refuse a blood transfusion, thinking that they are doing what's right, not knowing that it's just a cult. There's people who have literally shunned their family members because of this cult. There's people who have literally let go of their dreams, let go of all their aspirations because of this cult. But also, some people actually don't know that this is in fact a cult. They thinking that they are doing the right thing and appeasing God and just seeking salvation, not knowing that this is actually a corporation siphoning money out of people who just want to build relationships with God. And there's people also harming children running around in this religion, and some of you are inviting them into your homes. Be careful.